Hello, everyone. Welcome to On Track Tuesday. It's May 27th, 2025. I hit the button a little bit early, a couple minutes, just because I've been having some trouble with connectivity issues. I figured, well, that's okay. A bit early is better than being late. Anyhow, who's in the house here? I got Curly. Good evening, Curly. James from this junction. Good evening, James. Hey, there's our newest member, Steve Childers. How you doing, Steve? There's my buddy John. Birthday, John. I guess that's a joke. Good to see you, buddy. Let's see who else we got here. Yeah, guys, keep Thomas Grassi in your prayers. I know I heard he was in the hospital. I think Curly was saying. I don't know exactly what is wrong. I am not that close with Thomas to be in that inner circle, but definitely needs our prayers right now. He's a great member of the community and he's a good person overall. So if anybody is at liberty to say or knows anything and is at liberty to speak on it, you're more than welcome to, as far as I'm concerned. But I understand if you're not at liberty to do so. Let's keep them in our prayers. Hi, Rick. How you doing, buddy? How's the mother-in-law? Wasn't it the mother-in-law in the hospital, too? Remember his last week's stream or what? Hopefully she's out or doing better. Let's see. Where I went and suffered today, watched trains. I suffered, huh? It was a nice day here, man. Outside for a little bit, did some outside stuff, but then I was down here as well. Looking on a scene I'm going to show you guys here in a little bit. Hey, Chris, Tennessee River. How's it going, buddy? I don't know Spanish. Hola, it means hello. Good Files, how you doing, sir? Thanks for popping in. Hey, Andy. Good Dog Pilot, what's happening? Ronald Rondo. How you doing, Ronald? Good to see you. Not the morning brew, but what can I say? Self-promotion, I guess, right? There's Scott Waycross Dream Spotter. Yeah, Scott, did you figure that out? Scott was asking me about radiuses and all that. And generally I like to go with the maximum radius I can get, but you also kind of got to read track, like the plans for your track. Sometimes you don't want the trains right at the edge. You want to add a little scenery in there, here and there. Maybe in spots you can put it on the edge, but definitely do some kind of a safety net, plexiglass or something, just in case you get derailments. Damn sure all that $300 locomotives at the ground. But yeah, hopefully you got that figured out. Hey, Brad, Awesome Possum. How you doing tonight? Good to see you, John Train. How you doing, John? Hey, Randall. I'm right past you, buddy. How you doing, Randall? It's been a long time. I haven't seen much from you lately. Of course, I haven't been really watching too much train stuff lately. So, helping my daughter move, man. She's all mostly out of her apartment now. She had to be out by the end of the month. There's a few small things there, some cleaning supplies, and then she has to do a walkthrough on Friday with the landlord and all that. So she's moved in here with her cats. And Larry, your mother. Okay, my bad. Good, I'm glad she's doing good. I know you are having some issues with the facility that she was at, apparently. As I talked to you. Being slow with information, I guess. Mike H.O. Trains. How you doing, Mike? See ya. I've been working on a scene, Mike. I hope I'll do you proud here. I don't know. It's nothing like nothing like a you guy going on, but you know. I said, how do you, Floyd? Oh, I did. Maybe not. How you doing, Floyd? Do a trains run. That's all three main lines. Let's see here. You just kind of saying hi, Grandpa Rails, hello, good evening. This is the hard part, trying to say hi to everybody, and then it wasn't hard. I mean, it's get him, Andy, get him. Like I said, last couple of times I went to go live, it said having connection issues, and I had to hit it again. And like, I don't know, I had to shut the computer down a couple of times, so I went up a couple minutes early. 187th HO scale steel mill modeling. How are you doing? GE model railroad, Levy model railroad, Lincoln State. Yeah, I try to do that sometimes when I come into a live stream, especially if I'm a little bit late. But then, and that's nice. Guys will say hi, so you feel obligated to say hi back, right? So blanket statement don't always work, but you know, we get it. Scripts building more steel loads. All right. What are you building them on? I'll have to check your channel. Did you do any kind of short or video on how you build them or anything? Because it'd be kind of interesting to see. You talking about like flat steel or I-beams, or a little bit of everything? Munsville, where am I? Yeah, even from Australia. Good morning from Australia. Not bad. I guess it would be morning, right? Oh, this evening here, I'm ready for bed. Yeah, I'm here. And I have a health scare. Oh, no joke. This is going to have to ditch the caffeine. Sweet tea. I love sweet tea. Good stuff. Maybe not good for you, but it's good stuff. Real fan Polska. How you doing? Polska. Is that Poland? We get a 28-inch radius or 29 on peninsula. I hate when I add those. On any route, in some places, track lane 12 feet, and track other lanes 2 feet. It's all right. Mine are all 28 except for the peninsula. And I honestly don't know what the peninsula really is. I know it's larger than 28. It's in the widest point of my peninsula, I think it's 65 or 67 inches. I can't remember. So I just kind of took it, like kind of went in about 2 inches roughly minimum, and just kind of eyeballed the track. I didn't even use those sweepsticks in that, you know what I mean? Just because I knew I had more room to go wider there. So that's what I did. Just on the peninsula. Everything else is 28s. I think I had a 26, but then when we changed up the track plan with Jason, I think I was able to get 28s with the new layout of the track. So, hey, Sparky. How you doing, sir? Or you still got a few more seats to sell on that dinner train? So make sure you go check out Sparky's videos on the meet and greet for August. There's all kinds of information on hotels, the dinner train, itinerary, stuff like that. So be sure to go check out his channel and his videos on all that stuff. Spread the word. Share with friends. Hey, Mike. Fun railroad, Mike. Let's see. that may be cheating. I don't know what that means. Anyone know that 3D prints Detroit diesel engines and A2 scale? Don't. Mini prints. Nolan Bernard, maybe he can help you out. I remember them old Detroits. Oil suckers, man. Small cheat. I don't know. What did I miss up there? Let me go back. Oh, hi. Well, see something between you and John. Leave it at that. Yeah. Yeah. Huh. What happened to Amy? We're not in the loop, man. I don't know. I'm kind of hiding under a rock, like, for whatever reason. So I did put out a update video on my custom upload project a minute ago. It seems rushed. I didn't feel like doing a very in-depth video. I'll have to check that out. Likes making both flat steel and beams. New short videos out on my channel. Again, like I said, I apologize. I've been kind of like not on YouTube a lot lately, and I've kind of been like not really into trading stuff. I don't know why. Plus, I've been doing a lot of work down here, so I haven't really been on YouTube. I had a bunch of days off with Memorial Day and everything, so I took advantage of it to at least a certain point. What happened to Pixel Depot? I haven't seen a video from Joe since before Thanksgiving. I don't know. I haven't seen him either. Hey, Pedro. Good evening. Who else have I not seen lately? Oh, okay, I see. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll be thinking about her. Send you guys our prayers. And all as well. All right, Curly Express, member for 19 months. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Yeah, they giving you any meds for the heart rate? I don't know. Can you use decaf tea? Did you make it yourself? Use decaf tea bags? I don't always taste as good though. Sweet tea. Decaf in general, but there's a will, there's a way, man. Yeah, man. And again, I'll have to go back and look at it. Keep saying I'm gonna get one of those cars. I think it's in Aurora Miniatures. Has a nice waffle box car thing for them. There's a couple of companies that have had them, but I have some that aren't like as nice as far as like quality wise. But I have a Scale Trains one. Got a couple of hoppers that I've made that are pink that I've maybe inappropriate. I put like the Lois from Family Guy Lois on there. Maybe not appropriate for children, but I like looking at them. Let's see, 22 more seats to sell for the dinner tray. There you go, guys. Get those bought up. Maybe an industrial square is mostly 24 inches and 22s, and one corner is a 26. Yeah. Well, there you go. That's what you said. You run very little six-axle stuff. Most of yours is four-axle Jeeps and stuff like that. So, and it fits. It fits what you're running. You know, I'm running modern mainline stuff. So, and the 28s work good. I think most of you guys that have seen my videos, I think, would agree that the radiuses look fine. The only ones that it gets a little touchy on is when I run the auto racks because they're so damn long. You get that overhang a little bit in the curve, or like a 30, 32 would have made it a little better looking. But they run fine. I don't have any issues with them most of the time. But auto racks are painted in the neck anyways. But for the most part, There's James. I know you're in there before. Maybe you just popped back in. I'm already freaking almost 10 minutes behind. There's Jimmy. Let's go. Good evening, Jim. Yeah. Well, you know what? Sometimes we just have to do what we have to do. That's all we can do. You gotta, you know, maybe don't drink as much of it. Maybe say, okay, it's a Friday night or a Saturday afternoon. I'm gonna cut the grass and have a sweet tea afterwards, or something like that. Or you know what I mean? Like I'll drink a beer once in a while. I don't drink often, but sometimes on a weekend when I cut the grass or whatever, I'll have a beer afterwards. You know what I mean? Something of that nature. Just make it a every day, every habit. Like if I can get this coffee under control, shit. I lose weight too because I put cream in my coffee, so there's a lot of calories there. Hey, Wesley. Yeah. Well, yeah, it was yesterday, but yeah, it was it's crazy. I live in just a small suburb here, and they do a nice Memorial Day um, tribute. We're actually a flyover. Either that or we're being invaded or something. I don't know, but it was some nice jets flew over. Pretty neat. It's kind of surprised by it. I talked to my son briefly. He's doing well over there in Korea still. Like I said, my daughter's moved in here. She'll be with us about a month before she heads over to England. She'll be moving over there for 2 years, minimum 2 years. So all my kids are living around the world, man. I didn't think I did that bad of a job. Take off on me. So yeah, I'm proud of them kids, man. And kids are adults, grown ass adults now, but yeah, I kind of deduced that just from the way the conversation was going. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully, I'm assumingly, and hopefully they caught it pretty early. And it's unfortunate. She's gonna have to go through some stuff, but I took some lymph nodes too. That's good though. We got it. Since she got it all, so that's definitely good. We do a lot of surgeries for that. It's a damn shame. Women go through a lot. They really do. Not to say we don't, guys. Stay up on your stuff, man. We do a lot of prostate cancer surgeries and everything like that. And, get your checkups, man. Don't skimp on that shit, get it done. Nothing's comfortable, man. Nobody wants to do any of that shit, but, you catch these things early, you're got a fighting chance. There's my PSA right there. That's it. Any news on Thomas? As far as I know, nobody has said that they know anything. I don't know anything. I just know that he's in the hospital. I really don't know any details. I don't know if anybody really knows any details. Colts, see if they can find and make. Yeah. I got some good stuff on that. I've looked some stuff up. And, I just have to figure out how to like slice and all that stuff on to do that shit. Man, I don't know. It'd be great if it was something that simple. I don't know. Not agreeing, not disagreeing. I just don't know. Coach Bailey, Colorado. How the hell you been, man? Dude, that's something I was going to say. There's a couple guys I haven't seen around much. And, of course, I haven't been around a lot either. Just I did my morning show. I haven't really put a video up. I was trying to be better this year, and I was trying to go with trying to get an update a month up, but I kind of fell behind. But then I'll end up putting up a video and a couple shorts and some other stuff here and there. You know, I kind of go in like phases. And there's sometimes I don't even come down here for a week, you know. What kit you building, man? I've been building a bunch of kits too. For my diesel facility. I'm working on the fueling facility. All I got was the base painted so far. I got a lot to do on that one. I got this one. I bought this used, man. It's an old kit. Old fueling racks from Bachman. Yeah, man, picture that. But I got all the what do you call it built. I got this mostly built. Towers. I have the platforms built and painted. They were they were already yellow, but it was like this plastic kit looking yellow, you know. So I painted them more of I think it was called sunflower yellow or something, a little brighter, a little less plastic looking. Here 26 is a mainland of 27 for the peninsula, the same room layout radius is 24. Yeah, but anything 26 and up is going to be fine for most everything. Some of your longer cars you may have, it's going to depend. All right, Scott, listen. A lot of it, as you know, is going to depend on the quality of your track work. Yes, radius definitely matters, but it's also quality of the track as far as how you do it. So that's where, you know, obviously you want to take your time. If you're going to go 26, 27, doesn't hurt to buy those sweepsticks and those types of things to help keep things in line. You can definitely make your own, you know, radius thing out of like yardsticks and stuff. There's plenty of videos out there. You could draw it out. But I mean, the key is to have quality track work. There's plenty of videos out there how to solder in a curve. I don't know if you're going to solder with flex or if you're going to just do a sectional track or whatever. I don't know what your plan is, but I think the one I went off of was the one I've had the most success with was the one Daryl did. His videos, look up how to solder a curve, something like that. But also years ago, I don't remember, I couldn't tell you for sure. I'm pretty sure it was Vinny that had a good video on it too, where he staggered the rails. You know, Daryl's method is more solder them straight, and then you're able to. You'd have to watch the video. It's hard to explain it. Well, yeah, I'd say anything 26 and over, you're going to be okay. I don't know what era. You know, era is dependent too. You know, if you're modeling an older era, unless you're going with steam, if you're going with like older era diesel, it should be fine. Blood pressure medicine, I'm drinking that Lipton Citrus diet tea. It's just when I drink the regular sweet tea. And then sugar injects with me now. It raises your heart rate. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I'm gonna go behind them. Yeah, fruits have a lot of sugar too, though. Keep that in mind. Beautiful. 238 or 318 Detroit. Usually crazy again tonight. Got to work the first shift yard band tomorrow there. Yeah, well, she works with me at the Cleveland Clinic, and we have a hospital there in London. And she took a job there. Her and her friend, her best friend, they both work with us in recovery. And they took a job there in their recovery unit. So she's so much, man, so much to do. Getting a visa and all that other stuff. She sold just about everything off. She's kept a few things. There's a few things she's gonna have to ship over, but like she sold her couch, her bed, or she kept the dresser because it was like a family type heirloom thing from my great aunt, and another like chest cabinet type thing she kept. She's storing that at my mother-in-law's. But it's too expensive to ship all this stuff. So the company puts them up for about first 3 months or 6 months, and then they gotta help them find something on their own. And they give them a stipend to help pay for rent and that kind of stuff. So Canadian Logistics, how you doing, sir? Yes, I am lying. Behind, but lying. I know you guys are shocked, right? Give me a railroad, how you doing? Hi, Miss Greg. There's somebody. Greg, how you doing, Greg? Everything's well. All right, I'm trying to be caught up there a little bit. You guys, if you don't mind, hit the like button. We appreciate it. And the 318 V8, 238, inline 6. They still make Detroit motors. My dad just had one years and years ago. It was an old Cabell Kenworth. Don't ask me like K100 or something. I don't know what it was exactly, but it was 1980, 82 model, something like that. Late 70s, early 80s is when he had that. And when he was driving for a company, he didn't own that. John Strain, that test done last month. The doctor said I was in good health. My dad died at 63 of pancreatic cancer. Well, good. I'm glad to hear you're in good health. Sorry to hear about your dad. That's young. I don't like to hear that. Yeah, I know it's not as easy for you guys there. Um, you know, which kit? About the fuel tanks, the fueling one, or the sanding? I don't know how modern the sanding towers are. I'm modern, but I do like the kit. I like how it has all the racks and stuff. The walkways and all that. I think it looks cool. So I'm going to build it. It's going to be what it is. It may not be 100% modern, prototypical, but it's cool. I'll tell you what, it was warped as all get out. It was crazy warped. But the nice thing they did when they put the railings all together, there's like the railings are already attached to like the side piece. So once you attach it to the walkway, it helps straighten all that waviness out. Now the railings still got some waves on them and stuff, but it really helps to straighten it out and give us some structure and stability. I was a little nervous when I first opened it up. So turning curve is easy. Well, I like the method I used. I mean, it wasn't too bad. A lot of guys have trouble with it, James. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely plenty of videos on how to use it and all that. Hey, Ken. Hey, Mike. We're at Ham Junction. Sorry. Tired. We spent all day yesterday moving her. Her supposedly she thought she was further ahead with her packing her boxes and all that stuff, and there was a lot left to do. So it was all right. We spent what I thought was going to be a couple hours, ended up being most of the day, and then so. What are you gonna do? She had friends come on Saturday. Saturday? Yeah. And they helped move the last little bit of the big stuff. Like I said, the bed and not the bed, but the dresser and the chest and a couple other bigger items. A couple people from work bought like a bookcase from her and bought her couch, and so they came and got those yesterday, and it's all kind of falling into place. Just kind of stressful for her, but you know, there's just a lot to do. You should see all the stuff that she has to do to bring these cats over there. Her friend, they're going to live together, and she has two cats. My daughter has two cats. You have to have one passenger per cat, so you can't fly with two. So I guess a couple other friends are going with them on a flight over to, account for the cats because they're not going to store them underneath. They're going to carry them in the cabin, I guess. So they got to get all kinds of shots and paperwork from the vets here, paperwork from the vets. They're going to fly out of Toronto because their friend's Canadian, actually. And this is a whole thing, man. It's crazy. It'd be nice when she gets over there and gets settled. Hey, Stu Structures. So we're going to go over there in October for our 30th wedding anniversary. So I won't be doing anything between now and then as far as trips or vacations or anything like that where I'm going to be spending any major money. So that's unfortunate, but and the hope is my son will be meeting us over there in London as well at that time. God's frogs will be warm in the chat. Hey, Les, talking about you. Everyone's talking about. I'm so confused. Doesn't take much. I got this used to. I'm calling him John 22 just to slow you down. Get him, Grandpa Rails. Let's see, Lato scale, 86-inch auto parts box cars, 89-inch flat cars, and auto racks. What would you run? It's smooth on 26, 7, and 8. Again, they should. It's just how they look running on it. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. I would go 28 where you can. If you have to go lower, here and there to make it work, then, I would stay above the 26, running those longer cars. Some cars are more fickle than others. But again, it's on the inside of the curve, you're going to have a lot of overhang. So you have to account for that when you space out your curves, too. I'm sure you know all this. I'm not acting like I'm some expert on any of this. I mean, a lot of this is just trial and error, too. I had a whole curve all set, man. I worked my ass off on it. And then actually decided, well, I probably should test this, right? Put a couple auto racks up there because those are my longer cars. Nope, they're scraping. I had to take it all back up. I had it all nailed down and everything, man. So, damn it. So it was a minor adjustment, but it was a major project to make the minor adjustments. So test as you go, Way. How you doing, buddy? 20 months. Damn. Long time. Thank you. We're forwards, but not backwards. I don't know. Maybe. I'm usually going forwards. I don't usually run backwards, unless you're going to be switching off the main line, but you're not going to be switching it, you know, notch 8 or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I started on it the other day. I'm going to have to do some adjusting because I'm going to put it out front of the engine house. So I got to kind of the doors are spaced wider than the fueling racks. So it's going to be a little bit of adjusting. I have to figure that all out. But nobody really makes like a sanding tower that's like a kit like that. It's modern that I've seen. Like you said, they may not even run it like that. They probably got the sanding towers right there with the fueling station, which would make more sense all in one. But I kind of like the look of the kit, so I'm just going to kind of wing it, I think, just because I like it. So, a modeler's license, I guess. I can toot my own horn again. I got 28 communications now embedded in my graphics user interface screen so the engineer can keep chatting with other people without using YouTube live chat. That's cool. I gotta get up there and check that out again, man. It's been a while. Let's see, still no modeling. Night_stone on thingy sprint files for a Detroit piece. Oh, there you go. 25th scale. Hey, real artist. Been here a while listening, but dinner came first. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, I'm gonna have dinner when I get out of here. It wasn't quite ready yet, and I didn't want to try to scarf it down. I just reheat it. It's fine. Yeah, what's your dinner? I just got like a chicken salad, chicken in a salad. So that's for dinner tonight. That works. It's okay. Move for the kits. Well, I'm still working on a little bit of the Model Masters. I'm just about out of it. It's my last bottle. And I'm very sad about that. I'm trying to get every last drop out of it. I use some of this. It's not too bad to me, extra thin. Been kind of low on that too. I think my next bottle is going to be a Faller, kind of Faller glue. And a little bit of super glue I'll use here and there too. Just depends. Me too. Yeah, let me get caught up here. Yeah. All right, you too, man. Appreciate you stopping in, Mongsville. And it's probably been, let's see, that was at 7:32. It's now 7:37. So only 5 minutes ago. Not too bad. You mean how to scale it down? One of the slicing programs, I would guess, no? Jim, help me out. That's my program. I call Jim. Jim, I'm looking for this. You got a file for that? Jim got files for everything, man. He's my go-to guy. Hey, Wilmer, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Better late than never. It's all right. No, half time I forget that it's Tuesday. Whereas not my turn. There's times I almost forget when it's my turn, to be honest with you. Hey, Ray. So that sounds like fun. There's Jason. Let's still do track planning. Said yes, and started an hour. I would discuss an hour for cost of design. Yeah, make sure you use Crooked Savings. It'll save you 10% on the track plan. When you email, when you use that. And it just depends on how elaborate you want to get, the size of the room, size of it, all that kind of stuff. It's definitely reasonable. He does a good job, so I'm happy with the results I've gotten. He did a lot of changes to my track plan that already existed. So, if you give him license to just go from tell him what kind of industries and what you're looking for, if you're not too particular, you're not particular, give him some modeler's licenses to go and come up with something. Some fishing. Enjoy God's backyard. Absolutely, man. All right, Randall. Hey, good luck with everything, buddy. Good to see you. Stay well. I do it properly, but exercise down to what looks right, then I print and make adjustments if needed. Might say I'm a hack. No, that makes sense though. I've done that myself with just other things in general. And making signs. I watched a video from Wyoming and Western. Is that the name of the channel? HO scale guy. Got a nice looking layout going on. He's building. And he was using that Chat GPT or whatever it's called. And help design signs and stuff for his industries and that. In the free version, you don't get as much. It's not unlimited. You only get so many. You can only ask it to do things so many times. I don't know the number, but definitely maxed out. Just hey, can you print a sign for my HO scale trucking company or whatever? Sure. Let me ask you some questions, and that gives you some stuff. Just follow the prompts, and it's pretty cool. So I'm kind of been messing with that a little bit. Trying to figure out how to print it, what to put it in, and then how to size it down and print it. I guess it could size it down too for you. There is a paid version. I think the paid version is like $10 a month. I think it's $10 a month, 10 or 20 a month. I don't remember now. So it depends how much you use it. I'm going to try the free stuff first. We got a lot of businesses that use signs for. And I'm not very good. I did not show my haul. I don't know where my haul is at. It's already on the layout or packed away or whatever. I showed it on my morning show that Thursday morning after we went. Yeah, there you go. Jet X Rocks. Big Jim's way better than me. Yeah, Jim's really good with the 3D printer, man. He's really jumped in and learned how to use those damn things. Hey, Dave, Stormy Sky. Man, I wish I'd have jumped on this stuff. I didn't realize it was going out of business, and I just kind of bought it as I needed it. I think I had like one bottle on the whole kind of thing. I have a bottle I was using, and I buy one as I felt like I was getting low, and I missed out on getting more. I guess Testers still makes it, or something similar to it. I think I heard Testers bought it, but they don't give you the metal tip. It's a plastic tip. I like the metal tip. So, it's getting pretty empty. So, I've actually had to tip it up. So it's kind of like all the glue's running to the tip. So I kind of set it like that all the time now, instead of up the other way. I was trying to glue some of that stuff. Like I got some of that sanding tower. I got like some of the stuff built, but I can't really put it all together until I get the racks all situated where I want them, I think. And I was building the Bachmann fueling station as well. For some reason, I thought the sanding and the fueling were together. I couldn't find the sanding racks. I knew I bought them both at some point. I go hunting under the layout, go shopping under the layout, looking for stuff. 5 of those Monomaskers left in the stack, so I was going to go to set. I was in, yeah, it sucks, man. Hey, Darren. I got my latest model, but it doesn't have crane boom yet. Yeah, Detroit engine for that project. No rush. Do some digging. It'll be a heck with your grandson as a ham. ScaleModelersWorld.com to rescale. There we go. File for what? HO Scale Steel Mill was looking for a Detroit diesel motor file. So I'm just telling everybody, you're usually my go-to guy, and if I'm looking for somebody, I usually hit you up first if I can't find it. It's just too blue, non-toxic for 30 years, no defects in health, and then going a third eye. I used to love that. It used to have like an orange kind of smell to it, if I remember right. Hey, passing by here. How you doing, Rusty? Excuse me. Hey, Matt. There's the buddy, Matt. The Double Knuckle Club. I'm a year behind you, man. 54 this year. Next January, I'll be in that club myself. Cold 3D should have a diesel engine to print. Yeah, I think he's being pretty specific as the fact that it needs to be a Detroit diesel. That's a generic engine. But I don't know, maybe. So anyways, now the show's almost over. So I've been working on my back shops, my car shops, my CSX Willard Yard, upper level. We'll change the camera. Got quite a bit of progress done. Still maybe a little bit of details to work out. But I took a 3-bay Walters brick car shops, I guess, back shops, what I've been building. Cut it down and made a background building out of it with just one car door. And, well, let me change the camera and see it. Stand by. All right. We'll do this one first. So there you go. You see the Norfolk Southern coming through the wall right there. That's the divider wall on the peninsula. So I kind of went ahead and used it to hide that divider a little bit too, you know. Oh, that's good news, Carly. Just got word Thomas is home. Good deal, man. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for sharing. That's awesome news. Awesome news. Hope he's doing okay. It shouldn't scale it, so that's all the contact here. There you go. Anyways, there you go. This is what I've been working on. Still got the plywood jungle up front here. This is the main line you see there. It goes up the peninsula. So I just cut that building up, man. I took the sidewall and one bay door. Thanks, Matt. And added the other two bay doors here. You can see I just put garage doors on them where there's no track. Actually, where the truck is sitting, I have a pad, a concrete pad. Should have kept the truck out of there. Well, there's rails there. Man, let me go move that truck just because, so you can see the rails. Just abandoned rails, basically. I can't see another train running through anyway. Yeah, I made it try to look like, at one point in time, trains went through those two roll-up doors, and then they decided they didn't need all those bay doors as time went on. Maybe that was more steam era type stuff, and they didn't need them anymore. Free public state of Florida, yeah. Yeah, man. So you see the pad there. I wish I could zoom in, man. I can't zoom in. But I got my load of wheels on that tractor trailer and a flatbed. I took the overhead crane kit from Walters and kind of cut it down and attached it to the building there. And so you can see where the rails are. They kind of got some growth around them. And oh, cool, James. Is that what you use? Turn it around so I can see what the brand is, man. James just sent me a picture. I don't know what brand it is. I think it's Faller. So yeah, you got the main line out front, then you got the fencing. So there is my drill track. You can see. Let me change this camera again. And I put lights in the building. I put lights over the doors. You see where that hopper there, the Canadian Pacific is. That's actually a drill track. I just put a hopper there so you can see it was a track. I tried to hide it in like just gravel, like the tracks covered in gravel, like dirt and gravel. So it's kind of level, not really raised up at all. But then I put a bunch of vines growing up the building. It's not really abandoned. It's just, the building isn't used as much as it was. Been a little more neglected, and I've been working on it. It's one of those pain in the ass Waldorf fences. My God, they can make that shit any harder to put together. This one was already put together. I had it on my old layout in front of the old co-op. So I figured, well, let me use it since it was already together. And man, the time you go to put it in, it end up coming apart. That's funny, James. This is actually a car from Ron, Toyman. He was selling these. Remember, he was auctioning a couple years ago. He was like selling off a bunch of his stuff when he was moving, or I don't know if he got divorced or what happened. He was selling a lot of stuff off. So I bought 4 of these. They're all the same, different numbers, all the same hoppers. And so you ask him. I'm not sure how he did them, but I liked them, so I bought them. It was a great price. I bid on it, won the bid. And yeah. Okay, Dave, how many cameras do you have on your layout? Let me see this question. I really only use 3 cameras. I got the one that I use for the main camera when I'm sitting here at the desk, and then I got 2 others. Um, Actually, I have 3 others, but I really have a hard time using this laptop and getting more than 2 to go um, without causing too much trouble. I can't run them simultaneously, but could probably get a larger USB hub. You know, I only have a hub that has four connectors, and one of those is my microphone, and 3 of them are for cameras. I probably could get a larger one. I don't run them all at the same time. Picture. Yeah, I saw the picture. Oh, that's Ravel. Okay, I didn't see that. I thought you were showing me the back of it for some reason. Now, does that have the, James, does that have the metal tip and everything? Yeah, thanks, Dave. It came out pretty good. I think I'm pretty much done messing with it. You know, I don't know. I got some stuff that's drying. You know, I gotta finish letting all everything dry. Then I gotta clean these tracks a little bit better. I just loaded them up with gravel or ballast. We can call it gravel ballast. And so I got to kind of, once everything's fully dry, I'll have to go in there and kind of scrape some of the, the inside of the rails and stuff. The motor train's kind of boogie in there. They're running a little fast for me. You see how you see that Norfolk Southern back there coming through the backdrop? I thought it was kind of a cool way to hide it, being it's not truly a back on the backdrop back there. So I won't be coming to Sparky's. I told you I got to save all the money I can to go to England to see my kid. I was planning on going up there, but it's not going to work out. You know, for me to come up there for the full weekend, you know, and be able to actually enjoy it and do things, it's going to probably run me a good between me and the wife, because she would come with me. It'd be probably a good plan for that weekend alone, just in between travel, lodging, stuff like that. Good for my contact. Yeah, because you're in Florida somewhere too. Hey, Mike, let's tell you our Ohio Motor Railroad Club. How you doing? There you go, Wilmer. There's one of my buys. This kit is a Walters kit, I believe, or a Walters built up. And I found it at that hobby shop that I met Wilmer and Robert and Pappy at in Washington, PA. It's got a lot of I'm going to call it consignment type stuff. I think he buys like old layouts, people that have passed on or what have you. I got that tower for $13, $12.95. A new one in the box already built up was 40 some dollars. So I mean, I was like, man, I don't know what it is about water towers, but they're expensive. Expensive, damn it. You know, I don't know why they're so expensive, but they are. So if you look, it's hard to explain, but like when you look straight back where the 2 roll-up doors are with the lights, that was a part of the one end of the building. The other 2 doors, there's 3 doors. And if you come forward of the open door where the hopper's sitting in, that's the other side wall and part of the other end wall. And I just blocked off the 2 doors there at the end with brick. And that's just brick photo paper, really, not a piece of styrene. and I glued them in there. So those were like whatever, for whatever reason, there were doors there. I don't know why, but I didn't want to have doors there because it just looked weird. So, and I didn't have any big windows to fit there, so I just went with that and ripped it off because I wanted to get some length of the building and make it look more massive than it is. And then on this wall, if you go to the right, I don't have any cameras there, but take it to the right of the screen, that's like 16, 17 feet down to the locomotive shops. So I'm probably going to find some like industrial looking background to go along there, industrial buildings. What I'd really like to find is like a rail yard. Like I saw, who had it? Was it Train Junkies? But it was the Union Pacific yard, and I model CSX. So I want it to be as like a rail yard, so you're kind of looking out at more of a yard out there. I think that would look kind of cool. If not, I'm just going to do a bunch of industrial buildings, maybe some trees and stuff on the background of that, just to make it have some more depth. It's only 17 inches wide on my peninsula, each side of the peninsula. Peninsula is it 4 feet? 17 and 17 is 34, right? The math right? 77 is 14, 34. Then you got to account for 4 inches on the. No, it's not quite 4 feet, I guess. I think it's 18 inches. Each side's 18 inches. That's 17. Either way, it's not very wide there. So you would need to do some kind of background that gives you thanks, Wilmer. That gives it some depth. Hobo camp. Well, it's not abandoned. It just like they don't get a lot of use in these doors. They don't really use the pad like for rails. So I kind of tried to make the pad. I did the pad in drywall mud and left the cracks in it. If I was up more, if I was up closer, you can see that a little better. When I use little grass tufts that I bought somewhere at some point and kind of stuck them in where the cracks were to make it look like grass was growing up through there. Because it doesn't get a lot of use. Trucks kind of make deliveries in there. And I don't know. I spent a lot of time on this damn scene, more time than I planned on. Because I did like the building, as you can see, and I used Raynard's method, where I bought those plugs that he uses. The camera back to my ugly mug. And there you go. So I bought these plugs. Kind of nice. I wish they were a little longer. But you wire your LEDs up to them, and then you drop it through the layout. And then if you want to remove the building, unplug it, plug it back in. So the one end is attached to your wiring under the layout, however you're wiring your buildings up, whether it be your just plug system or whatever. I have a 12-volt bus that I ran just for lighting and stuff. Lighting and tortoises and that kind of thing. So makes it kind of easy. And when I put the building in, I drew the footprint of the building out. So I just ran I only glued ballast and stuff up to the building, and then glued that all down. And then I put the building in place. I just sprinkled some ballast and dirt and stuff right along the edges of the building, just kind of finish it off, but it's not glued in, so I can remove that building if I ever had to work on the lights or whatever, Anyways. Let's work this meet and greet. Yeah, definitely, Floyd. Thank you for putting that up. Now for baseball. Yeah, I'm going to get out of here too. It's 8 o'clock. That's what I've been up to between that and helping my daughter move. And, really didn't do much for Memorial Day. We didn't have a cookout or anything like that. Ended up moving. Something I thought was only going to take a couple hours took me most of the day. Because Walner's building's hard to put together, and my dad brother used to put together the Walner's buildings for and used to be live 30 years ago. Well, it's a kind of a confusing statement there, but they are, some of the kits are a little rough. Wilmer really enjoys building the oil refinery, so if you ever want to build that kit, just send it to Wilmer. He'll build it right up for you. That's probably the worst one I've heard of. The more you build them, the better you're going to get at them. Just like with anything, Scott. Their instructions can be a little confusing. So once you build them and you kind of learn the confusingness of them, they're not too bad. I don't know. I'm looking at these instructions for this Bachmann kit. I was kind of finding them a little confusing, actually. When I was digging for random, I was digging for this, find that sanding kit. I found a hopper I never built. Toledo, Wallington Valley area in Ohio. 30 years of service. It's from the Coshocton Model Railroad Club. I don't know when this was built. I don't know what the heck I got it for. Might have just been to support that club, what I'm assuming. But here again, I don't remember when or where I bought it. I went on a buying spree, I think, when I was waiting to get the layout going again. I think I just started buying stuff. And, you know, now this comes, the couplers it comes with are just these fake phony couplers. They don't even work. I don't know if it has any horn hooks in it. No, there's some horn. No, they're actually knuckle couplers, but you got to kind of build them. There's two halves. You got to put them together. They're just plastic. They don't work that great either. So, anyways, that's just random. Something random. Happened to find that when I was under the layout. Yeah, these Bachmann instructions were kind of interesting too. Not terrible, but you know, it took me a minute to get used to them. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Right, Wilmer? Yeah. Well, the show's pretty easy to put together depending on the kit. Worst one is a basket. I never built that. Blast furnace kits are a pain, yeah. So I haven't got that fancy. I built the concrete plant, which was basically square buildings, rectangular buildings, and that's not bad. The chocolate factory wasn't bad. It was all basically rectangular buildings, some silos, nothing crazy. Now the bridge scene that I have, those bridges, I won't say they were bad, but there was a lot of parts, you know. So, but they weren't awful. Now the Bascula Bridge, I don't know if I'm saying that right. I know which one you're talking about. I think you have that one, Chris. You might be gone already. Tennessee River. That one looks like kind of a pain in the ass. All right. Talk to you later. Thank you. I think everybody was saying goodnight. Said goodnight 5 minutes ago. I'm still here. Said Italian goodbye. Yeah, they're not terrible. You gotta get used to the instructions. Read the instructions. Go over the instructions. Don't just look at the pictures. Read what they write. There's some clues in there sometimes, and then dry fit everything. Dry fit everything before you start gluing. And that goes with any kit, really, but. All right, guys. So I'll leave you with the picture here of that scene, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye for now, guys. all the time, and I'm like, heard it. Oh, yeah. I'm probably gonna finish the salad. You having a feed her cats?